Bam. You might notice we in a different spot. Nice suburban area. So, can't be talking, I'm chewing gum. All right, so, I just left the therapist and I'm walking to go to my car, which is like 45 minutes over there. It just passed inspection, so I'm happy about that. Yesterday, the car had a little issue when I was putting gas in it. It just stopped right at the gas pump. And I had to call my cousin. He came over and told me I had to like do some stuff to make it work. So I was hoping that that didn't happen, but I'm kind of worried, man. We're over by a cemetery. It's a nice cemetery, I guess, as cemeteries go. But yeah, so I dropped the car off and then I walked to the therapist and then left the therapist. He called me, say everything's good. So I'm like, whew. And then I'm walking back. And the reason I did it this way versus leaving the therapist and then coming to the waiting in like the auto shop lobby, because I wanted to listen to my audiobook, which I would be doing now, but yo, I just listened to something coming up here and it blew my mind. It like, it's on the level of like, for those who watch Walking Dead, when he went into CDC and they're like, he whispers something in his ear and he comes out like, oh shit. And they're like, what happened? He's like, we all die and become a zombie. This is what I just listened to that was kind of like that. Maybe it won't matter to you guys because I understand if you don't read the books I read in the sequence and live the life and walk in the steps of me. But everything is just kind of coming and it's just so weird. Like, because then I go to the therapist and I was like, yo, you know Immanuel Kant, David Hume, John Locke, Karl Marx? Like, yeah, I know them, but I don't know them. I don't know why I thought she might have knew them. I mean, I guess therapists don't necessarily need to know these guys, but you would think they would, because these are moral philosophers. So they just sit around talking about moral dilemmas. And that's what I've been having all my life, a moral dilemma. To do the right thing or not do the right thing. Because, you know, like snitching. Do you snitch? Do you not snitch? Is it the right thing? But then, and then the therapist and I always get into like, so you see that thing in the background? I'm not going to go in there to investigate it, but it's just a weird, I can't say it's weird. I have never seen it before. Who am I to call something I never seen weird? It's different. But, something here. But, yeah, like, moral dilemmas. Because, you know, you be talking to someone and be like, man, that's wrong. But is it wrong? It depends where you are. Like, in the book is called Justice by Michael Sandel or something. And I was right at the point where some woman, she sued her school. She sued the school that she was trying to get into because of affirmative action. She couldn't get in, even though her grades were above. Well, they weren't the best, but the people who got in, their grades were slightly lower. And the school's like, well, we're just trying to offset all that BS that the people of America went through. She's like, well, yeah, but it's still not fair. And depending on your shade and where you're from, you probably have a feeling about that. Me personally, I like to be based on my merit. Like, I earned, like, oh yeah, so I got my first paycheck yesterday. And it just tastes, not that I ate the check, but it just tastes so much better. Like, it's not that much money. It was like $300. is a dent in all the shit that I gotta take care of, but I earned it. I did the work. I found a job. That's different from, can I borrow money? It's different from someone giving you money. Not that that has a different taste to it, because like, oh my gosh, this person is taking money out of their pocket to help me. Like, that blows my mind every time, on some unconditional, unbiased, just, I know you're in a pinch, I got you. Because I'm not used to all that. But yeah, I earned it. And when I went to the bank, I just felt like I wanted to I wanted to tell the lady, I wanted to say, this is my first paycheck. But I didn't do all that. I was feeling good though. She's like, how you doing today? I'm like, I'm doing great. But yeah, so I earned it. It feels good. Now, if you grew up in a family with silver spoons or gold spoons or even rusty spoons, I mean, that's not the best spoon to have in your mouth, tetanus and all that shit. It would really color the way you perceive things, right? That makes sense. I think we all could agree to that. But like these moral philosophers, they're just kind of going about it. And John Rawls, R-A-W-L-S, he said this and it just blew my mind. I mean, I never thought of it in this way, because I don't know, I do a lot of walking and talking, not thinking and what. But he said effort. So he's making a case, because the way the book's laid out, kind of, why is affirmative action good or blah blah blah. And then he's just like, some people don't like effort put in this light. So I like to believe that I put effort into my music making, and I put effort into being consistent and holding my vows and values. But honestly, those are conditions, preconditions. If I was born in another place, time, area, gender, age, would I have those same unique attributes? Probably not. Or maybe I would have them, but would it matter? Because, and this is, so he's saying like, Michael Jordan gets paid, he keeps using Michael Jordan, but maybe if it was updated, he would use Kobe or James or whatever. But anyway, he said Michael Jordan. So Michael Jordan gets paid X amount of dollars because he was born in a society that rewards those talents. I mean, if he was born a couple decades before that, basketball players didn't necessarily, gotta run, they'll hit you out here. You didn't necessarily get that kind of pay. You know, he was the first to get the Nike deal and all that. Or if he was born in another time when what was valued was sharecropping. You know, it wouldn't matter if you could throw an inflated ball into a hoop at so-and-so distance. So the fact that my mind is like working this way is not so much because, I mean, it's the nature-nurture thing, but it's, so nature being you're born this way, nurture being meaning you worked at it. That discussion has been going on and on. I wrote a paper about it. Would love to have read it, love to read it. I wrote it in, I think it was like the first paper I wrote in college, but it was on a floppy disk, not in the cloud, and that's that. But it's just like, it makes sense, like it clicks. So right now I'm home. I'm in this area where maybe in general people don't value reading books or pondering moral dilemmas or pursuing knowledge for knowledge's sake. It's usually attached to pursuing knowledge to get a better jobbage. Pursuing knowledge from college to get the dollar riches. Well, that has never been my thing. I just want to know. Like, who sings I Wanna Know? Like, just for knowledge's sake. Which could be frustrating, because, like, well, if I was able to think like you do, I'd be trying to... I was telling my dad, I said, on the one time that we had, like, a really, really nice conversation, I was just breaking down stuff. And if you need remember when I brought up Musk? Yeah, Elon Musk. Someone's like, but his dad, so if you remember that video, that conversation, but it was just great. But at the end of that, he's like, well, how comes you're not making $1 million? Which kind of defeated the whole point. Just because I know how to do all that shit doesn't mean I'm in the right position. I mean, I don't have anyone where I could be like, let me hold, or I could write out a business plan and be like, so if you invest X amount in 3 years, you'll get this amount. I don't have anybody who would do that. The best I could do is max out a bunch of credit cards and try it. But other people, they would have. I saw, who was it? It was the guy with the mustache, comedian, Steve Harvey. So it just popped up, random feed. And I apologize if it's loud, but you know, we're on the street. But he was on the phone and someone's just like, hey, and he's like, what's up? And he's like, what's going on here? I guess, what? I should have ran. Hate these lights. All right, we're gonna, okay, now it changed. But he was just like, these random white people, as Steve Harvey said. So they're just like, hey, Steve, and he's all crying. And he's like, oh. And he's just saying like how when he had nothing, they gave him a credit limit. And he ran the bill up to like $10,000 as he was traveling around trying to start his comedian thing. And it ended with, you know, I got money now. I'll pick you up in my jet. But you know, it's show business. They got to do that kind of stuff. But I don't have anyone like that. Because in general, we're all kind of not struggling. We're all striving to do our own things. And we all kind of fall in that, when it works out, I got you. But a whole bunch of when it worked out, I got you. But it's different, you know? But I can't so I didn't go into so much with that with my dad. Just left it at, you know, I'm trying. I told him about the headphones, but it's a foreign concept. And that's just the way it is. But yeah, man, after reading, like, I'm not even, like, I'm still processing. I don't know, do I turn left? I think I keep going. I don't remember. I don't remember when I was walking down the street. I only was hit. So, anyway. So, yeah, man, I'm just... So, I need to process this book. Just let it kind of seep into my brain a little bit. And right here is where... Did I come up this way? I think so. I don't remember. But, it would be really cool if... Now, again, I thought the therapist and I would go deep into, like, moral dilemmas. But she said off the bat, I never read those books. I never read those... I don't know much about that philosophy. And then she kind of switched it up. It's always frustrating. Like, I'm thinking I have an angle that's going to be like, and that's why I'm such a weird duckling. But she kind of retorted. She said, why is it that you are the way you are? No, she said, good morning. She said, why do you find yourself around those people who you do not agree with so often? Because I was just telling her story after story. Like, I read books, went to a book club, and the book people were making fun of me for the books that I was reading. She's like, you shouldn't be around those people. I'm not. After that incident, I never went back. But I got a bunch of those incidents because they just keep happening to me. But it's not a woe is me kind of conversation. Yo, I don't. All right, I know where I am. We could cut down this way. We went down the street too early. So anyway, so when I came out and I had to go to the bathroom, I didn't want to go to the bathroom at the therapist's office. Why? I forgot I wasn't in Japan. In Japan, you could hop out and there's like 18 convenience stores, a Starbucks, and maybe a supermarket in between. And then there's a station with the bathrooms. The bathrooms in the park. And they're all clean and shit. But here, if you don't use a bathroom, you're gonna have to just do it outside. Because that is what you gotta do. So I ended up going to Dunkin' Donuts. And they'd be like, you know, bathrooms for customer. So I got munchkins. Because I'm calorie watching. I mean, I do a lot of walking and go to the gym every now and then. But one freaking donut is 270 calories. And I used to eat 2 donuts. Sheesh. So I got the munchkins because they're only 70. But I got 4. So if you do the math, did I really accomplish anything? But there was no handle. Like, the hole where the knob is, it was stuffed with tissue. So then when you try to get out, you couldn't because you had to pull the door towards you. It's crazy. But anyway, so I left and then, so I said I had to go to the bathroom. So I saw there was a thrift shop and they were having a sale, or actually, if I'm being honest, I saw the thrift shop. I did see that, but I saw a beautiful woman coming out from the thrift shop. And I was just like, So then I thought, well, maybe there's a bathroom in there. It was like in a kind of church, like a Catholic looking type church. So I go in there and she's like, yeah, we're having a $5 sale. So pay $5, get a big garbage bag and whatever you put in, it's yours. So I go to the back looking for the bathroom, but I don't see the bathroom. And then when I look over, I see a crate of records. And then this lady comes out and I'm like, you work here? She's like, yeah. I'm like, how much for the record? She stops. Okay, $5. If it fits in a bag, it's all yours. I'm like, what? Okay, there's my thing. So I'm like, I don't even like records. You say, what? You hip hop and don't like? Nope. Records are heavy. Otherwise, I would have it, but I'm not gonna walk with a box of records. I did that. Don't like it. Records smell funny, but these records, they seem to have their inside. They didn't smell old. They seem like they're taken care of. I don't have a record player, so I'd have to buy one. Records, they're not copyrighted. So anything I make, as soon as I post it up on YouTube, I'm gonna get flagged, you know? All these issues. But $5 for a crate of records? So let's say there's like 50 records, random records in a crate. And then there's like I guess there's 78 little ones. Like a stack of those. They'll all fit in a freaking bag. For $5. So I'm thinking, I can't resist. I don't need them, but $5, man. My nephew, I guess my nephew's making beats with records. I know he got a record player, and I know he was raiding our house. I mean, we got records in my house, so I don't even have to buy records. But $5. You see the dilemma I'm having here? Because it's random. Well, it's random what's in my house. But $5, man, come on. So I'm thinking when I get my car, basically it's right, follow the path I just came down. So we'll figure it out. But yeah. Oh man. So the reason I dropped the car off and I walked was so I could listen, but he said they go on break at 11, which is now. So I would have got out and I would have to wait till, it says what, 12 to 11 to 1:30. So which they might be on break right now, so I need to hustle. But I didn't want to wait or come back up this way, so that's why I did this way. But I'm gonna do a little running because I ain't trying to be out there while they're on break. So yeah, beautiful day. I'm feeling all right. Last live stream is next Tuesday. It's gonna be lit as in it's gonna be light. I don't know if it's gonna be like extra amazing, but you know what I mean. All right, peace.